Hello and welcome to a Penergy episode of the Get Momentum podcast, where I'm your host, Penny Elliott, and I help female entrepreneurs grow their business, and we are moving into something very new and exciting for 2021. But this is one of 3 episodes that I'm bringing to you over this festive season. No matter what you celebrate, we obviously everyone takes a bit of time to reflect and think about the new year and what is coming. So I have got 3 episodes coming to you over the holidays whilst I take some time to spend with my family, and then we are going to the beach. Yay! We're going camping with our little one, so that should be interesting. 2-year-old camping, hey? So I'll probably have some stories after that. But this is one of 3 episodes that I wanted to bring to you because I was not going to do a wrap up and a like what 2021 is bringing me, but actually I really enjoy listening and reading other people's posts and newsletters about where they've come from and what they're going to do in 2021. I think it really gives you an insight on what's happening and the trends that are emerging. And I always find it really inspirational. So I wanted to share with you guys, and I hope that you find these 3 episodes inspirational. So the first one is really quite controversial. So maybe this might rub you up the wrong way. And if it does, well, then we need to investigate why that is. But I really wanted to talk about COVID. And so many people are kind of talking about it, but don't want to talk about it because like they're worried about the fear of it and like manifesting COVID in their life, la, la, la. But I really wanted to talk about COVID and what the bigger picture is teaching us. And I want to be respectful of the people who've had it, the people who have had people who've passed away from it, and not gloss over that. You know, it is whether you believe in it or not as a conspiracy theory or something real, that is completely up to you. That is all of your beliefs, thoughts, and feelings around COVID and what's happened in 2020 is yours to have, and I hold space for that. But these are the 5 things that I really feel COVID is teaching us, no matter where you sit on that scale. And number 1 is to slow down, right? COVID this year, 2020, has taught us to slow down. It has taught us that we need to focus on what needs to be done. As a world, not just a nation or a country, it has taught us that we have to slow down, right? Many of us have been forced into our homes. We have been forced into full-time childcare again. We've been forced into full-time parental care or not being able to see our parents and our loved ones outside of our house. And what it has made us focus on is exactly what you need to get done each day. And so if we can take that lesson into 2021 and just focus on what we need doing, that would be amazing. Because when you focus, like think about all the stuff that you used to do in 2019 and the few things that you've done in 2020 and how much your business has grown or moved forward, or your relationships, or wherever, or your health. You know, a lot of people have got healthier this year because they've had to focus on it, because they're not allowed to have a choice whether they go to the gym or not. It was like, well, you can't go. So people are like, holy moly, I need to do something, right? So imagine if you can take the one thing that you focused on each day, or the minimal list of to-dos, and took that into 2021, how much further ahead you could be this time next year. The second thing that COVID is teaching us is family first, right? How many times have you thought, and I've been guilty of this when my grandma was alive, I was like, oh, I should go and visit grandma this weekend. Oh, it's a long drive, it's this, it's that, I've got to go for a run first, la, 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 la. And then like, I'll go next weekend, right? And hopefully everyone has realized that you can't put those things off anymore, because we haven't been able to see our grandparents or our parents, depending on what country you live in, for a long, long time. right? It has taught us family first, and it has also taught us to focus on our family and to be present when you're there with them. So the great thing about being on Zoom with your family is you can't be fluffing around on your phone or doing other stuff. You absolutely have to sit there, and that's why Zoom days have become so draining, because you have to be present. And usually, when you're going to see someone, you sit in the chair and watch TV together or do something like uncommunicative together. But on Zooms, you actually have to communicate with that other person. So it is showing us how to be present. So when we come out of this COVID situation, make sure that when you get the opportunity to spend time with your family, that you take it and you continuously get to be present with them, and don't slip in 2021 back to your old habits of like, oh, well, I've been to see them every weekend. Now I can take a weekend off. Or, obviously take time for yourself, but just make sure that you don't slide back into those patterns. And what I mean by that actually is, in New Zealand, we were in lockdown for 5 weeks, and I saw so many people out walking with their children and playing in the playgrounds, because we were allowed out for an hour a day, and that was it. And all these people working from home, and like the hustle and stress was much lower, because people were enjoying spending time with their family and at home, and all the businesses were still running. As soon as lockdown lifted, it was like 2 weeks of maybe a bit of transition, and then everyone's back to normal. No one's staying at home playing with their kids. I don't see anybody particularly going for family walks anymore, not even on Saturdays and Sundays. Obviously, because they need to go to work. The motorways are rammed. Everyone's, chock-a-block again. And it's like no one really learnt the lesson. So make sure that when you do get to go back to normal, whatever that's going to be, that you take these lessons and put them into your 2021 goal planning, which we'll get onto in a future episode. The third thing that COVID is teaching us is breath. And as you're all aware, I love being outside and training for triathlon, and enjoying that. So what COVID is teaching us is not to take our breath for granted. Okay. Every morning we wake up breathing. It's incredible how our body does that. And when we can't, that's when we really, really know we need to. So be grateful every day for the body that you're in, regardless of its size, age, and ability. If you're grateful for it, and the fact that it gets you from A to B and gets you doing whatever you want to do, then that's a great start. And then you could possibly start fueling it better, resting it better, and looking after your body better. Because when you don't have breath, that's how people are dying. It's a pretty big number to teach you that breath and looking after your body is important. The fourth thing that COVID is teaching us, and is really important to you listening or watching this, is to buy online. Companies that didn't have an online presence had to speed up very fast to get that happening. And even in the UK, when the retail stores opened up again, there was a bit of a relax on it. And then all of a sudden, poof, they're shutting, and it was all online ordering. So this needs to translate into your business, that you are in front of enough people, your website's looking good, your online ordering is slick process that is quick and easy for people to purchase from you, because everyone is getting used to this, to the point where my mum, a couple of days before Christmas, wanted me, because we celebrated Christmas early, wanted me to show her how to shop online, because, and she's, gone to the shops all her life and really enjoys it. But she's realized that there's a better range online, and she wants me to show her how to shop online. Goodness knows how that's going to go. It took me an hour and a half to get Apple TV working with her on the phone yesterday. So send me some strength, please. But what that's showing you is that people's trends are changing. And so this is a great time in 2021 for you to ramp up your online presence and your online sales. And I've got something coming for you. We've got a training coming. Let me just check the date. On January the 12th, I've got a training coming for you, which is going to, I haven't got a title yet and we haven't got the registration page up. Just mark it in your diary. It's going to be in the New Zealand morning. So it'll be the afternoon of January 11 in the Northern Hemisphere. So you'll all be back from holidays, raring to go. And I am going to show you the insiders tips on how to hit 100K in 100 days. But it's going to be around your productivity, your energy, and your business growth online after what we've learned from this year. So mark that in your diaries. The other thing about shopping online is we can see that we don't need to waste any energy traipsing around the mall, finding a car park, sitting in traffic. You know, everything just gets delivered to the doorstep. And I've done all my Christmas shopping sitting on the couch watching TV. And it's all been delivered to the door or to our gate. And it's done, you know, and I'm recording this a few days out from Christmas and we're done. It's all sorted. So that just shows you how much time, and this is what we're going to talk about in the training in January 11 or 12 in the Southern Hemisphere, about energy and productivity, right? And how you can save yourself some energy. So number 4 is that everyone's shopping online. So you can see that you can save time traipsing around. And the 5th point that I feel COVID is teaching us or has taught us in 2020 is self-accountability. And that is because a lot of you who are working 9 to 5s and you're wanting to get out of it, or even if you're an entrepreneur and you like go into an office space, or you've had set hours by the fact that your children went to creche or school, and so therefore you worked school hours or nap time hours or any of those types of structure, that all got thrown out the window. And so self-accountability has become a huge strength that you've had to develop over 2020. And this is something that you could definitely take into 2021. And if you struggled with your self-accountability, then I've got something coming. Come to the training on January 11th, and we're going to talk about how you can have that in your productivity, and how that was one of the keys for me to making 100K in 100 days and continuously making that. So to recap, COVID, I feel, has taught us in 2020 to slow down, focus on what needs to get done, put your family first and be present with them, breath and looking after your body and appreciating and grateful for that. Online shopping is our new norm, and how to save time by doing that, and self-accountability and flexing that muscle. So if you want to know more, then stay tuned. It'll be the training. I'm just giving you a heads up so that you all know it'll be January 11 in the Northern Hemisphere or January 12 in the Southern Hemisphere. And I'm going to give you some amazing tips and things that you can implement straight away. I want you all to have a wonderful Christmas or celebration, however you celebrate it. And I will see you on the next Penergy episode where I'm going to go over 2020 and what happened in my business and tell you some of the real huge pitfalls that nearly derailed me completely. It hasn't been the easiest year, even if there wasn't COVID. And I'm going to share those with you because I want to be open and honest. And then the 3rd episode of this Penergy episode is going to be 2021 and what you can expect. So have a wonderful Christmas, holiday, festive season, and I will see you next week on the flip side.